Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, VSS Unity reaches the edge of space. Diamond Aircraft and SNCA announce purchase agreement. And Elon Musk says there may be a Tesla electric airplane. Hello, I'm Laura Hudson. It's December 14th, and this is Airborne Unlimited. Before we get into today's news, I want to let you know that this is my last webcast for ANN and Airborne, as I head to take on new projects. I hope you've enjoyed what we've done here, as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. Next week, at the start of our abbreviated holiday schedule, Skylar Vernell takes over the hosting role, and I wish her all the best as she takes on Airborne Unlimited, Airborne Unmanned, and the AMA Drone Report. Thanks for all your support. Now on to the news. A long-anticipated dream was realized in Mojave, California, as Virgin Galactic SpaceShipTwo VSS Unity landed from her maiden spaceflight. Not only is this the first human spaceflight to be launched from American soil since the final Space Shuttle mission in 2011, but it's also the very first time that a crewed vehicle built for commercial passenger service has reached space. The historic achievement has been recognized by the FAA, who will present pilots Mark Forger Stucky and Frederick C.J. Sturckow with FAA Commercial Astronaut Wings at a ceremony in Washington, D.C. CJ, as a 4-time Space Shuttle pilot, will become the only person to have been awarded NASA and FAA Wings. The spaceflight, which was witnessed by a large crowd of staff and their families, as well as special guests and media, saw a 60-second planned rocket motor burn, which propelled VSS Unity to almost 3 times the speed of sound, and to an apogee of 51.4 miles. As VSS Unity coasted upwards and into space, Mission Control confirmed the news and congratulated the 2 astronaut pilots. Unity welcome to space. After a Mach 2.5 supersonic re-entry into the atmosphere, which utilized Unity's unique feathering configuration, Forger and CJ guided the spaceship down to a smooth runway landing and an emotional homecoming welcome. After the break, HondaJet Elite receives type certification in Japan.
The dream is real, a truly affordable personal jet aircraft. The Subsonics Personal Jet Kit is priced at only $42,000. Kit plus engine is still under $100K. Add instruments, upholstery, and paint and you're flying. It's time to put your money where your bucket list is. Learn more at sonicsaircraft.com.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, Airborne Unmanned, the AMA Drone Report, our website or podcast, just email to news-by@aero-news.net. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. The HondaJet Elite has received type certification from the Japan Civil Aviation Bureau of the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport and Tourism. In June 2018, Honda Aircraft Company began sales of the HondaJet Elite through HondaJet Japan, a local HondaJet dealer in the region. Since this expansion, Honda Aircraft has taken orders in Japan for more than 10 aircraft to date. Deliveries of the aircraft are scheduled to begin before the end of 2018. 4 Malaysian women have qualified to become pilots for Malaysian Airlines, becoming the first women to fly for the carrier. Pearl Mock is the airline's first female captain. She reported that it took a lot of effort to break into this male-dominated profession. But Mock said it was her lifelong ambition to fly, and not just any airplane. I wanted to fly jet aircraft, and it had to be a Boeing 747. The FAA has awarded an STC to Iconic Aircraft Services for their RWMI-DHC 6300 HG Standard Commuter category, increased maximum takeoff weight to 14,000 pounds. The RWMI-DHC 6300 HG STC increases the payload capabilities of the basic DHC 6300 Twin Otter series aircraft from 12,500 pounds maximum takeoff weight to 14,000 pounds, providing an increase of 1,500 pounds, or 12% overall, and represents a 31% increase in payload based on an average empty weight of 7,700 pounds. Canadian Minister of Transport, the Honourable Marc Garneau, has announced changes to the Canadian aviation regulations to improve air travel safety for passengers and flight crews. The changes introduce prescribed flight and duty time limits that respect modern fatigue science and international standards to limit the amount of time a crew member can be on the job, and fatigue risk management systems that will allow operators the flexibility to set flight hours based on their unique operations if they can demonstrate that alertness and safety will not be affected. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. The Saudi National Company of Aviation and CAE Authorized Training Center has selected Diamond Aircraft twin DA40-6 and single DA40 NG for its training center. The agreement will comprise 60 airplanes over a 5-year period. Delivery of the first 12 aircraft will start February 2019. The DA40 NG and the DA40-6 represent the newest versions of Diamond's piston aircraft fleet, the first certified general aviation piston aircraft to combine modern airframes, avionics, and power plants. The aircraft are equipped with efficient jet fuel piston Austro engines and Garmin G1000 NXi avionics systems, representing the very best of modern piston aircraft technology. We are proud to be SNCA's choice of training aircraft for the establishment of their new flight training organization. The commitment of another reputable big flight school to our airplanes and flight training solution proves we are meeting the demands of flight training organizations worldwide. We are the only manufacturer who offers a full range of modern, safe, efficient, and reliable single and twin-engine aircraft, along with proprietary jet fuel piston engines and professional high-fidelity Diamond simulation flight training devices, says Amila Spiegel, Sales and Marketing Director of Diamond Aircraft Austria. After these messages, Elon Musk says there may be a Tesla electric airplane.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Welcome back. Elon Musk has had electric airplanes on his radar since 2009, when he mentioned the concept during a Charles River Ventures CEO summit. At the time, he said improvements in battery technology are making the concept more feasible as time goes on. Since then, Musk has flirted with the idea off and on, saying in 2015 that his engineers were dying to do that, and that he had a design in mind. But last year, Musk said that he has no plans right now to move forward with an electric airplane project, according to a story posted on Inverse.com. The battery technology continues to be the major stumbling block, according to Musk. He says that 400 watt-hours per kilogram is the tipping point for a practical electric airplane, and the batteries that currently power a Tesla car check in at 250. However, Subhash Dar, the CEO of Salt Energy, predicted in August of 2017 that density is likely to reach that 400 watt-hour benchmark by 2022. Musk has been more bullish on the timeline, saying in a conversation with Tesla investors in 2017 that the company might reach a 500 watt-hour per kilogram density in 4 or 5 years, maybe half a decade in volume production. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, alternating with Airborne Unmanned on Tuesday and the AMA Drone Report each Thursday. Additional breaking news bulletins may be posted for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.